That's all good. Oh, is that too dark? Is that too dark? It might be too dark. Am I too dark? I think I'm too dark. Let's come into the light. Come into the light. Get out of the dark and come into the light. Might as well while I'm taking a moment. Oh, my ankles have been sore lately. Oh, I think it's so important to stretch my calves. Get some blood flowing to these 54-year-old joints. Little sooner than later. Let me try over here. I'm still trying to work you into the light. Trying to find the perfect spot. That's pretty good, isn't it? I think the problem is it's early today. I got started so early. I woke up at around 4:40. Hope I didn't set my alarm today. I hate when I set my alarm. Hate's a strong word, a negative word, shouldn't be used. But sometimes I'll set my alarm and I'll forgot to unset it, and I'll be in the midst of my live video, and my alarm will start beeping, and it kind of messes up the video and puts a gap in it and ruins some of the very eloquent things I'm saying. Oh, let me get set up. I appreciate your patience. Somebody, Gia Lover, was up since 11 p.m. Gia Lover, did you make yourself productive being up since 11 p.m.? I assume that's a little earlier / later than you wanted to go to bed. Hey, JT, you do not have to have... Can you guys see me okay? Is this lighting okay? Somebody tell me. You don't have to drink coffee to join me on Coffee with Ken. We don't discriminate here. Yep, the lighting's okay? All right, cool. Again, it's just kind of a little earlier than I'm used to going. Kind of earlier. I'm not sure. Being a little... Maybe I'm twisting too much. I don't know. I'm trying to get comfortable in a new spot every morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and it is not Bruce Willis, but I do appreciate the frequent references I get towards Bruce Willis. I always thought he was kind of cool, so I take that as a compliment. But good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Monday morning. It is 5:51 a.m. where I am coming to you from. I'm coming at you from Naperville, Illinois, which is a town. I'm going to keep doing my stretching during my intro if I can. I'm going to multitask, but I really want to get some blood into my feet. My ankles are sore. This is a show I have been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, sharing the ups and downs we have in life, sharing kind of some experiences we go through and the roller coaster that is life. And I've been doing it for about 4 years, and I enjoy it a lot. It's kind of therapy for me every morning, and apparently people enjoy watching me talk and stretch and stay hydrated in the morning. But for those that have been watching a while, good morning, Scott Jones. You know, it's not only a show about me talking and sharing some of life experiences. For those that have been watching a while, you know, I'm going to put the mermaid out front. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I'm so excited to take my first sip on this Monday morning. My only hope, I only have one hope at this moment. At this moment, in 10 minutes, I'll probably have 5 other hopes. But at this moment, my one hope is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you too have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. I'll tell you, now that I'm doing this show kind of on the road in various street corners in downtown Naperville, It takes me a little longer to get into my first sip. And what do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. There might be a better term than that. But the delayed gratification makes that first sip. I mean, it was pretty sweet before. But I'll tell you what, it's really sweet right now. So let's have another one. Oh, it's not quite as hot as I would expect. It's strange. I woke up early today, and I go to a local Starbucks here in downtown Naperville. By the way, for those that don't know, Naperville, good morning, Julie Flanagan, is a town of about 145,000 people, about 35 miles west of Chicago, and it's a town that wins awards and is kind of fancy. Not fancy. It wins a lot of awards and has a cool downtown area. And at night, it's so bustling with activity. But here, before 6 a.m., got a seagull going overhead. It's funny. One thing Naperville doesn't have is a sea, or even an ocean, or even a big lake. It's got some ponds. But anyway, just a beautiful town, filled with interesting, cool people. Trees, parks, libraries, great schools, nice people. One day I'm going to do it. There's a home for sale in downtown Naperville. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to leave my coffee, leave my water. Can I bring my coffee? I'm going to bring my coffee. I'm going to leave my water, though. I don't want to use two hands. That was on the market. It's funny, I used to be a realtor, and I would have been scared to do this. Realtors have all sorts of rules. Too many rules. And honestly, the rules that they say are to protect the customer, but I don't think they're to protect the customer at all. I think the rules set up by the National Association of Realtors are set up to protect realtor commissions. Not a doubt in my mind. And I say that after a 17-year career in selling real estate. I'd have friends. I've always had a big social media presence. And if a home came on the market in my area, they go, well, why don't you sell that home? Or why don't you, advertise that home? And the truth is, you cannot advertise a home that's not your listing. It seems kind of strange. But anyway, now that I'm not a realtor, I can kind of do what I want. Got a little more freedom. And I want to show you a home behind me just because it's really quite spectacular. It's been on the market recently for $12.5 million. It takes up, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to walk around. But again, it was on the market for $12.5 million. You can see it in the background. You can see the yard here, the beautiful grass out front. And again, just a huge home on, I'd say, a really big lot right here in downtown Naperville. They knocked down, 3 or 4 homes, and this is the side view. Let's just keep going. Let's do a tour. Feels good that I can do this and not worry about the National Association of Realtors fining me. And I don't know if you can still see it, but here we go. Let's see. I'm not going to show you that just for fun. And I'm going to walk across the street and walk by it because I like to give tours. I like to, just kind of wing it. Down the street. This is right down the street from the cutest school I've ever been in, called Naper Elementary. Naperville's named after Joe Naper, who founded this city, in the early 1800s. And Naper Elementary is just the cutest little school in the world. I'm going to show you just the front of that house. Again, huge, beautiful home. If you're into that thing, I'll tell you what, I'm recently divorced. And I was renting a home, a little tiny 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. And I have learned while living there to appreciate the value of small homes. And That is not a small home, and I don't think my camera angle's doing it justice, but even more is this huge yard, you know, a huge acreage that they have in the middle of downtown Naperville. And I'm going to give them some privacy. I'm going to leave them at that. I hope you could see it. I'll watch this video later. I don't know, might be still people living there, although the home was on the market for $12.5 million. So that's what a $12.5 million home looks like in downtown Naperville. Again, it's there. Naperville is there. For me, if I had all the money in the world, and that's the type of money I'd need to spend $12.5 million on a home, I'd probably want it somewhere a little more private. That's just me. You know, I love city living. I lived in Chicago for 12 years in various spots in busy areas of Chicago. I love downtown Naperville. I think it's one of the most beautiful, suburbs I've ever been to. But living, again, there's the side of the home and the yard. And I don't know and there's downtown. I mean, it might be amazing. But again, I was saying, as a recently divorced guy that was renting a tiny little 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, about a mile from where I'm walking right now, I learned to appreciate the value of small homes. And the fact that if it was warm in my home, if I didn't have the air conditioning running when I was off to work or something, I could turn on the AC and the house would be cool in minutes. Or in the winter, if it was too cool in the home, I could heat it up in minutes. The gas and electric bills were low. I could clean the whole house. I'd get on my hands and knees and scrub the floors and have it cleaned, I don't know, pretty clean in not too long a time. I could give it a kind of a superficial cleaning in, 20 minutes. Oh, so I'm going to put you back down. And I'll tell you, I'm on the sitting at the stoop. This is the fancy area I've chosen to sit today, of Peace, which is kind of a yoga studio / little retail store that sells a bunch of cool little kind of yogic jewelry and various oils and lotions and that kind of thing. Good morning, Katie, and thank you so much for following the live creator, Tracy and Valento. And Scott Jones is asking, would Naperville buy it and develop it? I don't know. They haven't yet. It's been on the market for a while. It's now being marketed for, you can be zoned commercial or residential. I forget what it's being called now. And again, it's just a really big home. And I think a lot of people do this. They build and this is from a guy that was a realtor for 17 years. They build their dream home. Yeah, you're right. I'm sure if you can afford a $12 million house, you're probably not scrubbing the toilets yourself. So I'll give you that. But again, I don't know if I'd want somebody coming through my house. I mean, maybe I would. Maybe I would. If I had $12 million, I'd stop being so judgmental and I'd say, come on in and clean my house. I don't know. But what was I saying? I don't know. Good morning, Ryan from Charlotte, North Carolina. So anyway, it is Monday morning. I'm waking up. I'm drinking my coffee. I've already done a little walk around downtown Naperville. I'm staying hydrated because it's so important. I'm working today. And for those that don't know, after a 17-year career in selling real estate, I'm working at a local super Target. And I stock shelves in the cereal aisle, but I think I do more than stock shelves. I like to think I spread joy and cheer. And it's a job I've done for 4.5 months, and it's a job that it's work, and it's taught me a lot of things and taught me the value of work and schedules and clocking in and working hard and customer service and all sorts of things. Say hello to Downtown Jack. Hello, Downtown Jack, or DT Jack. I don't know. Massive crew to maintain garden spot, a $30 million cabin in the Rockies. You know, it would take a crew, and it would take a whole landscaping. Way to go. So many runners, not so many runners, but a nice amount of runners come by my home, my spot on this step, and in the morning, and it's always kind of inspirational, and it's a beautiful time of the day and kind of time of the year. It's before it gets too warm, and I'm wearing a coat, although it's probably mid-60s now. I probably don't need the coat. And again, it's so nice waking up early and getting my day started early, and honestly finished kind of early. I go to bed really early, and usually about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I wake up 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and it feels like such a healthy, kind of good lifestyle versus the one I've led most of my life, and it's kind of nice. Somebody's asking, has it helped to clear my head? I assume you mean the job? Yeah. Again, stocking shelves it's more physical than I probably want or could use. My feet and ankles are hurting every day. All right, Scott Jones, thank you for tuning in. And I think it's kind of hard on my body, so I'm not planning to do it long term. I don't think I could do it long term. I certainly can't afford to do it long term, but I think it's been a good stepping stone for me at this point in my life. And again, it's taught me a lot. Jake said they're hungover and not feeling well this morning. That's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling at all. I stopped drinking about 2 years ago. Not 2 years ago, but I'm going to round up to 2 years. It'll be 2 years in October. And although I've learned life's not perfect when you aren't drinking or smoking, you're at least able to face your stuff and deal with your stuff. And, work on yourself and just kind of deal with the stuff that life throws at you in a more healthy manner than just going, hey, I'm stressed, hey, I'm depressed, hey, I'm anxious. Well, crack a bottle of beer. That's an easy solution. And it's kind of a solution till it's not a solution. And if you realize you're not just having a bottle of beer, but you're having 10 bottles of beer or smoking or something, pot or what have you, I don't know. It's an endless cycle, and it's not a good cycle, so I wouldn't recommend it. So it feels good to not be doing that and not living that lifestyle. And I have people hopping on, talking about their own issues, which I appreciate other people sharing. It doesn't need to be just me sharing all the time. But I think people are ready to quit drinking or smoking only when they're ready. And I think a lot of people are thinking about doing it. A lot of people are probably waking up and out there feeling kind of fuzzy and feeling kind of yucky and going, oh, crap, why'd I drink again last night? I went to the bar and I spent $75 and I'm a little hungover this morning and I don't feel good. Why'd I do it? And then around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when they're starting to look at their watch and wonder when they get to leave work, suddenly it's so easy to fall in the trap of just doing the same thing over again. Because when you're not feeling good from drinking the night before, the easiest way to feel better is drink the next day. And again, it's a bad cycle that you get into, and it's easy to get into. And it works until it doesn't work. Way to go, JC. You said you quit smoking. Were you smoking cigarettes or were you smoking something a little stronger? Because I was smoking something stronger for a long time. And I don't know. I didn't like that either. Cigarettes are tough. Yeah. I don't want to talk too much about all this stuff. Sometimes the powers that be in this app don't like it. I don't know why. But anyway, it's Monday morning, and I'm looking forward to my day. I got started early today, so I have did about 10 plus months. So I'm quitting drinking again. Did for about 10 months. Well, way to go, Matt. Nice job on stopping drinking, even for 10 plus months. And if you're struggling, means maybe you're drinking again, maybe that's okay. You weren't ready to give it up altogether. But when you're ready, you'll be ready. And Stephanie said she stopped smoking green and she quit smoking green a year ago. Nice job, Stephanie. I bet you feel better and you feel more clear, and I know I do. And I think a lot of people in Illinois, it's legal, and obviously alcohol is legal all over America and all over probably the world. And it's such an easy thing to fall into, and hard thing to get away from because it's just a bad habit that again repeats itself. And what I'm working on is instilling more good habits in my life and removing bad habits and bad influences and bad things from my life and adding good things like waking up early and getting better sleep and feeling better and being a little more spiritual and being a little more connected and feeling less anxious and I don't know, realizing life things happen for a reason. Somebody asked earlier how my Father's Day was yesterday. It was great. My two older girls, I'm twice divorced. I have a 17 and a 14-year-old beautiful girls that came and saw me yesterday, and we went to church together, and it was kind of nice because I don't know. You don't always know what to do with your teenage daughters, but I think my daughters actually enjoyed the service, and my oldest said she'd like to go again, which is nice, and hopefully she will. And every Sunday I bring my son. I have a little beautiful nugget of love named Augie. I bring him to church as well, and enjoy that a ton with him and sharing his little beautiful soul with the other people at church and at the service and wherever I go on my Sunday, because he's a beautiful little nugget of love. I go to a church called Community Christian here in Naperville. It's also called the Yellow Box because it's big and it is a yellow, so it's aptly named, and it's very box-like. But it's a nice church. There's good people, and again, I'm not on my high horse, or I've never read the Bible. I've just on a spiritual journey and on a lifetime journey. And I don't know, every Sunday it's a good way to get started, spending an hour with people that are working on themselves, living a life filled with gratitude, and trying to get a little better, holding the door open, saying good morning in the morning, and just kind of having a positive vibe. And I think if you hang out in a positive vibe, you're going to be a more positive person. It seems so obvious and simple. But you hang out in a negative atmosphere like a bar or a smoky area or what have you, I don't know, you're probably going to have a slightly more negative life. And I'm not trying to judge. I just have one that has done that a lot in my life. And I meant hanging out in bars and smoky areas and casinos and places that aren't so cleansing to the soul. And if you hang out in areas that are more cleansing to the soul, like, I don't know, parks, churches, with your children, playgrounds, what have you, you're probably going to have a more positive life. And I think because the environment does matter. So let's drink a little more coffee. I'm not sure, user. Somebody asked if I'm still debating on moving. I haven't found what I want to do when I grow up yet here in Naperville, Illinois. And I can't afford to live in Naperville, Illinois and work at a super Target. And I want to stay here. I love my children. I love this city. And I love the people in it. Good morning. I'm over here. Good morning. I'm real well. How are you? All right, good. But so I'd like to stay here. It's it's my hometown, and I'd like to stay here. But I'm going to have to figure out some things and do some things a little bit different, and get a little more firm footing underneath me to make that happen. And I'm on my journey. I'm doing my thing and on my path. And part of it's doing the show with you guys every morning live around 6 o'clock. And talking for half an hour and posting a bunch of videos. And taxes are high here in Illinois. I don't love the taxes. I actually, and the politics are kind of, I'm slightly right of center. And again, I'm slightly right of center. And this is such a blue state, it almost doesn't feel like it's worth voting. you know, even in local elections. And so I don't know. I'd like to go to a more purple state, I think, with lower taxes and maybe different politics a little bit. But anyway, how's Indiana for living? I don't know. I never lived there. But I've heard good things. I like Indianapolis. There's some suburbs to Indianapolis that are pretty cool. I don't know. Wisconsin would be great for you. That's what I've thought. That is what I've thought. I've thought about that, and again, I'd like to stay close to my kids. My whole reason in the thing that gives me more joy than anything is my little son Augie, and I mean all my kids, but my son Augie is the one I spend the most time with, and he's my little nugget of love, and I think he was a gift from God to me, and I mean to the world, honestly, but especially to me, for the joy he brings me. And I don't want to get all teary-eyed, but I did get teary-eyed yesterday. My daughters, who I don't get to see very often just because they're old, and they're not old, they're 17 and 14, but they have friends and activities, both wrote me really sweet cards that brought back memories of doing nice things. And I don't know, I'm going to get teary-eyed just thinking about it, but I was bawling as I was reading the cards. And it was nice, and I've got them saved. And anytime I get down, I'm going to read them again. And, yeah, I don't know. So anyway, it would be tough to move away from my kids, but I do like the sound of Wisconsin. I like lakes, I like outdoors, I like snow, and so there's a lot that's attractive about Wisconsin. I probably like lower property taxes and a bunch of things as well. But for now, my children are here, and it'd be hard to leave. And if great opportunity opened up in Wisconsin, I might take it. But to go up there blindly or even partially blind might be hard for me at this moment. But I don't know. I don't know where my path's going to lead. All I know is I'm doing my best and working my way down it, and drinking a lot of coffee and drinking a lot of water, talking a lot on live videos, stocking a lot of cereal, hopefully spreading some smiles, hopefully spreading some joy, hopefully doing my part to make the world just a little bit better. And I think if we all try and make the world just a little bit better, our lives will be better, and we'll feel better, and we'll sleep better, and we'll live a healthier life, and our days will go better and smoother. They won't go perfect because, again, life's not perfect, and it's not meant to be. If life was perfect, it'd be kind of boring, maybe. I'd like to try it for a long weekend. But I think without challenges, there's no reason to get better or to improve or to work on ourselves. So I think that's why God's given us challenges. So I'm going to leave you with that. One more sip of coffee. It's Monday morning. I hope you had an awesome, awesome weekend. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you had a great night's sleep. I hope you're living in the moment. Because if we look too far ahead, we get anxious, and if we feel regret for things that we've done in the past, we get depressed, and you don't want to be anxious or depressed. So live in the moment, enjoy your coffee, enjoy the sunrise, enjoy the birds chirping, enjoy the fresh air in your lungs and the sleep you got. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Again, I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.